Heyo, what's poppin' guys? Today we're going to be making a DIY solar oven. Most people do their cooking with some sort of appliance that uses gas or electricity. In most cases, electricity seems like the more eco-friendly option just because it doesn't directly burn fossil fuels. However, something to consider is the processes that are used to generate electricity. Now, the three main sources of energy for electricity production are fossil fuels, nuclear energy, and renewable energy sources. The burning of fossil fuels increases the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, ultimately contributing to global warming. And nuclear energy is expensive and produces radioactive waste that can damage the environment. Therefore, renewable energy is the way to go, and what better energy source is there than the sun? We're going to be repurposing some materials that would have otherwise been thrown away or not used at all.
For this project, you will need an empty pizza box, aluminum foil, plastic wrap, black construction paper, old newspapers, a skewer or dowel, a box cutter, tape, scissors, and a ruler. First, use the ruler to measure out a 1-inch border around the entire pizza box. Next, cut out 3 of the sides to make a flap using the box cutter. Then fold back the flap using the ruler. Then cut out a square of aluminum foil, and with the shiny side up, line the inside of the bottom of the pizza box. You can trim off any excess using some scissors. Then, using some tape, secure the foil to the box. It should look a bit like this. Now we're going to cover the inside of this flap with foil as well. Now cover the open space with plastic wrap. I did a double layer just to be safe. Now cut out a square of construction paper that'll fit in the bottom of your box. So this is what the oven is looking like right now. As you can see, it's pretty good. What we're going to do right now actually is take some leftover newspaper. We're going to roll it up sort of like this, and we're going to line the inside of the oven. And basically what this is going to do is it's going to act as additional insulation, and this is just going to help to retain as much heat inside of the oven as possible. Also, if you need to, you can use a little bit of tape to seal up the roll of newspaper we got going, just to make sure it stays together. Alright y'all, this is basically the finished product. As you can see, the newspaper is in there. When I close it, we got a really tight seal all the way around, just to trap, again, more heat inside. Now, all we need is this here skewer. This is basically just going to prop up this flap right here to make sure that it reflects the light into this the plastic wrap right there, and that's what's going to actually heat up the oven. This here is what it looks like when it's installed. Now that we're done with that, let's go test it out. Today we'll be making s'mores. For this recipe, you will need graham crackers, chocolate, marshmallows. I taped the skewer in place just to make sure it doesn't move. Place the oven in direct sunlight for a few hours to heat up the oven and cook the s'mores. When you're done, it should look something like this.
And there you have it, a completely sustainable way of heating food. This solar oven doesn't create particulate matter, the energy used to operate it doesn't create any waste, and it was relatively inexpensive as well. I had most of the materials already lying around. I only had to purchase a couple things like paper, and I only ended up spending around $2 on this project, so really inexpensive way of doing this, really easy to make. If you use this solar oven in your household, you're ultimately reducing the need for production of nuclear waste, as well as reducing the amount of greenhouse gases that are released into the atmosphere that ultimately contribute to global warming. In this way, you can act local but think global. Happy camping!